More on the startup scene and innovation in Hong Kong. We are joined by Alexander Wan, a senior advisor for China Daily. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
In 2016, there were approximately 2,000 startups in Hong Kong, employing over 5,000 people. But the largest percentage, Alexander, of these foreign startup founders are from the U.S. at 20%. But what's unsettling is that most of the founders eventually leave for Silicon Valley. Why is that?
I think there's a lot of changes since the announcement of this Belt and Road Initiative by President Xi Jinping in 2013. The most important change or difference, if anything, is the emergence of the so-called Hong Kong, Shenzhen, and the so-called Greater Guangdong Bay Area. I think this is a phenomenal change, a phenomenal difference for startups to consider. I think it's wrong to just take only Hong Kong as the potential market. I think all the startup people should take this so-called Greater Guangdong Bay Area as the potential market, because with the upcoming opening of the Hong Kong-Macau-Zhuhai Bridge, the market will link up to over 85 or 90 million people, and there's a huge population. And this is a very affluent people, very good for this startup business to consider about whether it's fintech, green tech, wealth tech, or whatever the wealth tech that you want to think about. I think this is the most important thing. Now, talk about the difference between startups in the Silicon Valley and Hong Kong. I think those are unfair or inappropriate or inaccurate comparisons, because those are two different ecosystems or economies. So I would rather bring back the attention or the focus to this the Greater Guangdong Bay Area emergence.
Who is funding these startups? At one time, it was large family foundations. And what are some of the regulatory hurdles they face?
Regulatory is one thing. The backdrop of Hong Kong's advantage is the rule of law. But then if you talk about specifically about the regulatory hurdles or whatever, that are really hindering the growth of the startup people. Every country, actually, in the world, the regulatory system is a little bit way behind the markets, which is pretty normal. In the case of Hong Kong, what the Hong Kong government do is to liberalize and motivate more private sector people, to encourage young people to go to the startups, to go for startups. The Uber case last year in Hong Kong is a case in point. Our legal sort of regulatory system is not really coming in line with the market. But the government is doing a lot of things to improve that situation. And then the legal framework, or sort of say the public sector framework, from the government standpoint, is very sort of welcoming and promoting startups. Two cases in point. The Hong Kong recently signed with the Shenzhen, the Science and Technology Park and the Shenzhen to co-develop a huge area. I remember it's about 8 to 9 or 9 hectares of land on the border between Hong Kong and Shenzhen. And this will become a hub of science technology business. Most of them, and very much percentage of them, will be startups. And at the southern part of Hong Kong, we have the Cyberport, which has already been the traditional hub for startups for many years.
Tell us how
and then we have many. Sorry.
I'm sorry to interrupt. Tell us how the government has made improvements and is helping to support these startups.
I think the government has been very sort of supportive to startups. We have various government institutions, if you like, promoting startups one way or another. We have the Trade Development Council, we have the Invest Hong Kong, We have the Financial Services Development Council, and so on and so forth. All these people, all these organizations are one way or another promoting startups in Hong Kong. And the advantages of Hong Kong as the hub of startups is really, as I said just now, the opening up or the emergency of this Greater Bay Area market. I think this is phenomenal. I think this is never seen before.
Alexander Wan, a senior advisor for China Daily, thank you for joining us live from Hong Kong. That beautiful backdrop. We appreciate it.